The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the crumbling facade of Blackwood Manor. The once grand mansion loomed before us, its turrets and gargoyles reaching towards the night like skeletal fingers. A chill wind howled through the empty halls, causing the trees to sway and creak in an unsettling rhythm. As we stepped out of our cars and onto the cracked driveway, a shiver ran down my spine. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and rot, and the sound of scurrying rodents echoed through the darkness. Our group of paranormal investigators exchanged nervous glances, but we were here for the same reason, to uncover the secrets that lay within the manor's walls. We had been warned about the door. A door that was said to be locked, yet somehow never opened. Some claimed to have seen it swing open on its own, only to slam shut again with a deafening crash. Others whispered of strange noises and apparitions emanating from the other side. We didn't believe the rumors, of course. We were skeptics, always looking for logical explanations. But as we approached the manor, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. As we entered the manor, the creaking of the old wooden floorboards beneath our feet seemed to amplify the oppressive atmosphere. Cobwebs clung to the chandeliers, and the air was thick with dust. Our leader, a seasoned investigator named Sarah, began to sweep the area with her EMF meter, searching for any signs of paranormal activity. But it was the door that drew my attention. It stood at the end of the hall, a massive wooden monstrosity with a rusty doorknob and a lock that seemed to stare at us like a malevolent eye. The others began to explore the manor, searching for any clues that might explain the strange occurrences. But I lingered by the door, feeling an inexplicable pull towards it. It was as if I was being drawn into a dark, abyssal void, one that seemed to be calling to me. I reached out a trembling hand and touched the doorknob, feeling a jolt of electricity run through my body. Suddenly, the lights flickered and died, plunging us into darkness. In the blackness, I heard a faint whispering in my ear. It was a soft, raspy voice, one that seemed to be speaking a language I couldn't understand. I spun around, but there was no one there. The voice seemed to be coming from the door itself. I took a step back, my heart racing with fear. What was behind that door? And why did it seem to be calling to me? As we fumbled for our flashlights, the whispers grew louder, more urgent. It was as if the door was trying to communicate with me, to convey a message that only I could hear. I felt a presence behind me, and I spun around to see Sarah standing there, her eyes wide with fear. "What's going on?" she whispered, but I just shook my head. I didn't know. I tried to shake off the feeling of unease, but it only grew stronger. The whispers seemed to be seeping into my mind, infecting me with a creeping sense of dread. I knew I had to get away from the door, to escape the horrors that lurked beyond it. But as I turned to leave, I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was cold, clammy, and it seemed to be pulling me back towards the door. In a panic, I tried to shake off the hand, but it only tightened its grip. I spun around, ready to face whatever was behind me, but there was no one there. The hand was still there, though, its presence like a cold, dead weight on my shoulder. I stumbled backwards, tripping over my own feet. As I fell, the hand released its grip, and I landed hard on the floor. The world went dark, and when I came to, I was lying on the floor, my head throbbing with pain. The others were gathered around me, their faces etched with concern. But as I sat up, I saw it. The door was open. It was wide open, as if someone, or something, had pushed it open from the other side. And then I saw it. A figure, standing just beyond the threshold. It was tall, imposing, and its face was twisted into a grotesque grin. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. The figure took a step closer, its eyes locked on mine. And then, everything went black. I opened my eyes to find myself lying in a hospital bed, surrounded by beeping machines and sterile white walls. A doctor stood over me, a look of concern etched on his face. "You've been through a traumatic experience," he said, his voice soft and soothing. "But you're going to be okay." I looked around, trying to remember what had happened. And then I saw it. A small, silver locket on my bedside table. It had a photograph inside, one of me and my friend standing in front of Blackwood Manor. But as I looked closer, I saw something that made my blood run cold. My friends weren't smiling. They were screaming. And behind them, I saw the door. The door that was locked. The door that was never opened.